You guys are welcome again. I know it looks sketchy that you're seeing my face on our faces on your screen, but most especially me because I've been what's the name again? Forget about that. But yeah, you guys are welcome. It's me again, Lawrence. In the previous series, we talked about finding love in church and we took a long break. And now we are back. We are trying to tackle issues that has to do with marriage, sex, relationship, and everything around that sphere, man of God. So, yes, as you all know, this is Miss Mercy, student nurse in training. And in the studio, we also have Apostle Muiwa Gabriel, or Apostle Gabriel Muiwa. Man of God. Man of God, you are welcome.
Thank you, sir.
So, yes, I know you guys might be thinking, okay, this one that is on the podcast today, what is it that we have to share? We have so many things to share. We came loaded, they came loaded. I'm going to be the one asking the question. So, um, guys, you might be asking so many questions about marriage, about sex, about relationship. And trust me, we've got good hands to dish out to you truth unfiltered, to dish out to you the raw truth, the raw truth, as my friend would say, raw truth. So, yes, you guys are welcome. It's going to be a punch in, punch out session. Prepare your hearts. In fact, don't even prepare your hearts. Collect the basketballs as they come. So, today we'll be talking about holy and honey. Holy with honey. Sorry, holy but holy but honey. Man of God, something they come your mind. Holy but honey.
Like honey, bee, honey bee, like bee, honey.
But don't do that, sir. You're taking it out of context. So let's stay in context. See, Abasimi Payon. Holy but honey. Woman of God, when you hear this phrase, holy but honey, what comes to your mind? Is it something positive, negative? I don't know. Tell me.
Okay, when I hear the phrase holy but honey, it's just for me. It's just a reminder that you can be spiritual and still have sexual desires.
My honey, my.
You can be tongue talking, fire branded, and still be human.
Yes.
And being fire branded does not negate biology.
Mm.
Yes, so biology, of course, the make of human being, you have blood flowing through your veins. So the fact that you're holy, the fact that you're spiritual does not excuse the fact that you can have sexual urges, sexual
You're
desires.
supposed to.
Yes,
Mm.
you're supposed to. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, that's what comes to my mind when I hear that.
Man of God,
Hmm.
please can you lit a fire under this bushel? let everything burn.
Just as she have said, you know, that remind us that both spirituality and sexuality are in humans. Yes, both spirituality and sexuality. So I am spiritual, but I'm also sexually active. I have
Human.
desire.
Right?
Mama, I'm not human. I have desire.
Yes, desires.
You say we
Yes.
should say it as it is. I have desire. You understand?
Right.
So, and when it comes, I let it loose.
You let it
Yes,
loose.
I let it loose. So that's it. Yeah. So yeah, we are
Mm.
spiritual, and at the same time,
Right.
we are sexual.
Right.
So, in this context, do you think that religion in its shadiness, is the reason why I'm saying religion in its shadiness,
Mm.
has religion in its shadiness affected how married couples see sexual play?
Mm, though, you see, religion did both justice and injustice. You understand when it comes to the issue of couple in marriage and pleasure, actually. But you see, justice in what aspect is that religion guide us the way it should be. You understand? Like, for instance, now, religion will tell you that, see, though you are married, but that does not mean that you can abuse the body, because there are still people that abuse the body.
Very true.
You understand? Yeah, but the only the challenge I see with this aspect of religion, doing injustice to the issue of pleasure in marriage, is that because the ideology of sin, sex as a dirty language, you understand, have been portrayed in religion,
Religious
in
settings.
religious setting for a long time.
Right.
So on that note, couples, enter into marriage with that mindset. You understand? So because of inadequate teaching and inadequate lessons, they continue their journey in marriage with that same mindset. So you will see restrictions when it comes to pleasure. Like now, she made a statement in the previous video that how do you put it? A statement like um there was something she said precisely that statement actually caught my attention. You understand?
Mm.
That okay, intimacy. She said sex is
Yeah.
different from
Intimacy.
intimacy.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah, and you see, religion has not helped us to understand the aspect
The
of
difference.
intimacy.
Yeah.
You understand? Yes,
Mm.
yes, intimacy, because it's very important. So you will see that a man and a woman, they will just go ahead. The guy will just pour whatever he wants to pour and stand up.
Right.
That's all.
My
You understand?
Right.
But meanwhile, intimacy
more.
is beyond that. You
It's
understand?
the aftermath.
It's the aftermath. So
Right.
intimacy is beyond just having sex and everybody go its own way. So you see, that aspect is where we have so many injustice.
Mm.
So the pleasure, the moment is not there. You understand? So there's too many restriction on how we explore.
restrictions on how we explore.
There's too many restriction. Though, like I told you earlier, like I said earlier, there's something we call abuse of the body. That even me, I am not in support of it.
Yeah.
Is in the scripture. You understand? The scripture even say no to such thing. You understand? But however, there is still a place of intimacy
Right.
in pleasure. In
Mhm.
pleasure.
Mhm.
That is not just sex alone.
Wow.
Because if sex is all that there is in marriage, you understand, ba? Marriage has the reason to crumble. You know why? The reason is because she's not the only woman that's a woman. You understand? So I should have reason why I should be able to test other
And
women
see.
and see.
Mm.
We understand?
Right.
But this one now is not the doing of the Lord.
Yeah.
And it's not marvelous in our eyes.
It's marvelous in some people's
No,
eyes.
but it's not in our eyes. Do you understand?
Right.
Yes.
So, but because there is intimacy, you understand. So that shapes our desire for each
Mm.
other. You get what I'm saying? So it's just beyond. It's beyond sex. It's beyond.
Yeah. So, have you been in a situation where you noticed or it came to your knowledge that religion played a role in corrupting or twisting the mindset of couples? Maybe they got a wrong information,
Right.
or let's just say in general, has religion, in your experience, has religion played a role in reconstructing how couples see sexual pleasures?
Yeah. Absolutely. 100%. I would say 100% because um this thing, like he said earlier, we're not they are not teaching us about these things about sex. They are not teaching us about marriage. They are not teaching us about intimacy. They are not teaching us about the relationship itself.
Wow.
So church has contributed a number, and it has made people feel like, okay, when it comes to this marriage relationship, if it comes to sex, right? Talking about sex now, because you are okay, let me give an instance, right, of a pastor's daughter, for example. From morning devotion, they're already telling you that sex is not good. Don't
If you
go
touch
there.
a boy,
Don't go there.
get belle.
Now, then that lady grows to a point where she's getting married, and she doesn't have like a correct self sex education. Now she goes into the marriage knowing that this thing is filthy. Oh, I shouldn't. Then she cringes when the husband is trying to. She's like, in her head, she's like, okay, we're supposed to be praying, not having sex. So there's that already mindset of this thing is sinful.
Wow.
Meanwhile, in its sense, Bible is speaking in Genesis says that all things that God made is good, including sex, right? Sex was given primarily, number one, for pleasure. Number two, for procreation. You see where God said, go and multiply and replenish the earth, right? So, because religion has shied and avoided that aspect of teaching, so it has shaped our mind, or let me just say, it has shaped other people's mind, because I've been delivered of that. So, yes.
Hallelujah.
Yes, I've been delivered of that. It religion just shaped our mind and made us believe that this thing should not be spoken of. So even in marriage counseling, they don't tell you that all those pre-wedding, whatever preparation, they just tell you, submit, open leg. And when he needs it, give it to him. But they are not explaining that, okay, pleasure has to be part of it too, because you can't tell the man to just come in and go and no.
Are you a wood?
Are you a wood?
You a wood?
There's that aspect of that needs to be communicated. And church has not really done well in that aspect. In fact, some pastors, in fact, I've heard of a lot of pastors' wives who are even afraid of communicating these desires to their husbands, because the man feels like, I'm holy.
It's
I
even
shouldn't.
it's even bad to a point where, while in church, if you just maybe in any conversation and sex just comes up, someone hears sex, they just turn and
Everybody's
look
like,
at you
who is
like,
this filthy
"Who is
one
this
amongst
filthy
us?"
person?" So I'm not saying, how did they give birth to you?
Right.
The prophets joined their hands and prayed you into existence. So this thing is part of our daily lives.
It's scriptural, funny enough.
It's very scriptural,
Right.
and it has deep spiritual implications. There is just so much around it, and when it's being shied away from, there is this vacuum that we create. And in the spirit realm, I believe that there's no vacuum. Anything that is left open will be filled
with
with something else.
Mm.
So when the truth is not being taught to fill that
Right.
vacuum,
Lies come.
lies
Exactly.
will occupy that
Right.
space.
Mm.
So now I began to see, or I entered into the space of relationship, and I now began to notice and observe, and I discovered that many of the knowledge in which the youths or young folks or newly married couples are running with is lies.
Yeah.
They are running with lies. They are running with adulterated knowledge,
Right.
corrupt knowledge.
Right.
Some of them are running with even archaic practices, where a woman will tell you that, let me get my body, oh, now my husband get my body.
Right.
Anything we do, if you doing, will stand up. I'm saying, can't you guys sit down and have a proper conversation about this?
And they shy away from
And
having
they
those
shy away
conversations.
from it.
Yeah.
So you see a woman who is 57 years old, and all her life, or all her years of being married, she has never enjoyed sex.
Right.
She has only known pain.
Mm-hmm.
There's this sickness, or is it an illness?
Right.
Forgotten what it's called.
That you have painful
Painful sex.
Yeah.
So she might even be experiencing it,
Right.
but she doesn't have the confidence to discuss with.
Right.
And now, those in authority, in spiritual authority,
Will
are
not talk
not
about it.
seeing it fit, are not seeing it something of urgency, a matter of urgency to bring to the discussion board,
Right.
because this is really affecting both the mental state and the physical
Right.
health of ladies.
Right.
Now we are not even going over to the men yet. We are still talking about the ladies. I know of a woman who he told me that her husband is only when they want to have a child that he has sex with her. That he considers sex as something
For
dirty.
procreation.
That is only procreation.
Wow.
Every time he's on the mountain,
He's missing a lot though.
he's not just missing it. That mountain is supposed to chill him for there. The mountain is supposed to chill him there,
Oh
because
my God.
you are putting God's daughter.
You are defrauding.
under-
That's what the Bible
Yes.
says. You are defrauding her.
You are putting her under pain. You are frustrating her life. You are allowing her go through a traumatic experience that might never she might never heal from it, because lost years are lost years.
Right.
The moment you begin to lose your youth, you
That's
cannot recover it back. You can only try to augment for the years that were missing.
Mm.
So just imagine that it was at 60 years that the man now discovered that I've been making mistakes. How do you recover the years that has been lost? So that is why we are emphasizing on clergymen, spiritual fathers, those who are in the place of spiritual authority,
Yeah.
to start teaching about this thing, not teaching about it, covering.
Some part.
No. Teach it as raw as it is. There was a time they were about to do I think it was a discussion about marriage, and everything they were talking about marriage and sex, and everything they were talking was spiritual. I said, no,
Nah.
one of the 50% of marriage is tied around sex and money. Every other thing,
Finances, yeah.
yes, every other thing is an addition. Is 2%, 3%. Those are the things that makes it up. Because research has shown that 50% of marriages break either because of sex or finances. So why are you omitting sex in the discussion? You come and you tell me how Mary followed Joseph. You are telling me about marriage. You're telling me about the sacraments of marriage. You're telling me how holy and sanctimonious is supposed to be. But you're not telling me about the dirty parts.
Which is needed.
Which is needed. The spicy part, the steamy part.
That word is better. Spicy part, not dirty part.
It's so that I will appeal to their mindset. The spicy and steamy part. To the point where some ladies prefer not to get married, but just have children outside wedlock. So that they will be able to explore their sexual desires.
Right, with
which
whoever.
that will be addressed,
Right.
because that's a different topic on
Right.
its own.
Right.
But if we properly begin to handle these issues the way it's supposed to, I believe that many people will be trusting God to enter into marriage with a good partner,
Right.
so that they will explore all their God-given
Their
advantages and desires
Yes.
in marriage.
Mhm.
Which brings me to the question: how many people are ready to talk about it? And the church, Mama, has made sex so they've made it so dirty to the point where even when people have issues,
They can't
they can't
communicate. They're afraid of being judged.
Thank you. So how do we fix this issue? How do we fix the issue?
So, for me, I think the best way to fix the issue is what we are doing right now. That we have a platform like this
Yeah.
to talk about it, right? And we're bringing other people, other professionals to talk about that aspect, right? I like the fact that we have pastors too coming in to talk.
Yeah.
So it means that the conversation is becoming a little bit open. So if we have someone like Apostle now talking about this thing, so obviously he's going to communicate it to his church,
Yes.
from his church, like that. So platforms like this
Yeah.
is one medium to actually um deal with that aspect. So I would say this is my encouragement to you to keep it up, and then to you East Wind family to keep supporting this channel, right?
Yeah.
Yes, to share these videos and get it to as many
As
people
possible.
as possible.
Wow.
Yes, so
Wow. Man of God.
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the teachings about purity has affected uh the way people in the spiritual space see sex?
Yeah, it has
Wow.
actually. It has.
Mama, the way you sigh, like
Mm.
you have something to say about it.
it has, oh,
It
it
has.
has, it has, because when those teachings of purity comes and we are done, we become insecure.
Mm,
We start to feel unworthy. So,
mhm.
for example, you just finished making love to your wife the previous night, then you come to church and they're saying, hey, holy, hey, this. Then you are going back to your house unsure whether you actually did something right, or so even maybe the following day your husband is trying to ask for
Wow.
his rights.
So is
You
Now,
feel
now
you start to feel unsure.
wow.
You start to feel
now you see why now you see why the other time when we were talking about that is in the previous video when we were
yes,
talking about the church,
yes,
you could see the emphasis of Pastor Lawrence now.
yeah,
It's more like the church is the one at fault. You understand?
right.
You could see that the church
Has a place,
has a place to do more
right,
than just the parenting when it comes to the issue of sex. You understand?
right.
Yes, the church, though the parenting has,
Its
you know,
own
its own
aspects.
part, its own aspects
Yeah.
to help, you know, groom the
Build.
child,
Right.
help the mind of the child. You understand? Yeah, but you see, the accuracy, you understand,
Is in the word.
is it actually in the church. So you see, now the issue of purity has actually, the teaching of purity in the church, in a way, has affected the way, you know, couples view sex. Just like she said,
Right.
you know, this uncertainty, this unsure, like,
Insecurities.
okay, something happened to me.
Milo Senatelia.
Higher.
Kabumbe. Let me
You know,
not groan. As for you people that are groaning as well.
when I was working,
Right.
someone told me something. Then I was in a relationship, and see, as of that time, like this girl is packing something around this axis, like Kai,
In the middle
like
of
it,
the air.
yes, the she's packing something around this axis, like
I know
Okay.
thing.
I can't hold it.
Hey.
Like I just feel like seeing, like, you know, this obsession. I was in a relationship then. The obsession was much. Then I'm preparing for wedding. Then this person met me and told me that though he's married, this person is married. He said all this thing with the after married 1 year,
You
2 years,
get
you
tired.
get tired of all this thing.
Which is
You
not
begin to
supposed.
when he made that statement, actually, you see, this person is actually a spiritual leader.
Right.
You
I
understand?
see.
Fear gripped me.
Hmm.
That come, you mean this thing, these feelings
It's
I'm
just for a
having,
moment.
it's just for a moment.
Oh my.
Like it will fade within 2 years of marriage.
Right.
Mm.
You understand?
Right.
Honestly, that affects me. Affects
So you
my
were
mind.
expecting the
I
end
was
of
expecting that to happen.
Ah.
Yes. You know, they
tell me too.
wait now. Calm down.
They tell me. Oh.
Now we they tell you saying
Hey,
a lie.
wait.
Now we are telling you that it's
It's
not
not
true.
a lie. It's just
Now
a
we are telling you that it's not true. You understand? Wait, let me explain to you. You see,
Okay.
every man experience, you understand,
Mm.
is fashioned by how much he expect. You understand?
Right.
So it is your expectation that fashion your experience. You understand? So actually, when I expected that, probably he was told that.
That
He
way.
was.
You
So
understand?
he communicated that to
That's
you.
why we are still talking
Yeah,
about
the
the church.
church.
This person is not my parent. He's my
Tired with
it's a
him.
Right.
spiritual leader and
Mhm.
someone that I look up to actually. That was the statement he told me. He says, all this way they do, you understand, way they do, you
You
go
go
still
calm down.
stop. Within 2 years, everything will just try. You understand? So I look at it that
Now,
then,
where we dey
then
do
why getting married if
It's
it's
going to
just
be
Yes.
it's
two
going to
years.
then why
in 2
getting
years, something
married?
of forever.
So I wanted to tell my wife, and I know she might watch this video, baby. Yeah.
We salute you.
Yes. You know, so I wanted to tell her that, babe, can we slow down a bit?
So that it will last.
You know, let's slow down, let's enjoy this so that at least let's enjoy for some
Really?
time before we get married. You get, but there's somehow something within my heart told me that this word is not true. This statement is not true.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yes,
It's
this
not.
statement is not true. So, couple with other scripture that I see, I've read, I know that this thing is not true.
Sex
And
is
I've
good.
seen,
Yeah.
I've seen the lives of people that
Right.
have gone ahead of me, that have been in marriage for a long time.
Right.
You understand? I still see them doing as if they are just
Starting
6
out.
months
Yes.
in the marriage. Meanwhile,
Yes.
they are already
Right.
15 years,
Right.
10 years.
Right.
I say, then that means everybody will have a different experience.
Mhm.
And their experience must be fashioned by how much they are expecting.
Right.
I say, for me, no, haba, every day, but like,
How much
wait,
work?
wait.
Oh my God.
Wait, no.
Tell me something, Malam.
Yes, sir.
Man of God, I'm telling you, because that's my
Yeah.
expectation. My expectation. I have an expectation.
Yes.
Wow.
That no, if I get married to my wife, in fact, as a matter of fact, my expectation, children were not even the first thing.
Right.
Yes.
To be
Right.
sincere,
Right.
Some people that you met in the hospital.
children were not the first thing. I was not thinking about children while I was getting
Right.
married. You understand? Because I was thinking about purpose.
Yeah.
I told you how I was able to run away from the previous relationship and
Right.
navigate my way.
Right.
Navigation.
Mhm.
Because of I saw purpose.
Mhm.
You understand? And you see, apart from purpose, I noticed that guy being around this lady, it triggers something. So
Yeah.
that there's this man, one of my good friend, his dad, his name is Timothy Onoja.
Yes.
Mr. Onoja. I know Sati might see this video. Sati, I celebrate you. His dad told us something. He said if you want to marry your temptation.
Wait.
That was what he told us.
Fan this to flame.
Yes,
Fan this
that
to
was what he
flame.
told us. He
Yes.
said, marry your temptation. Don't just think about, hey, this lady is fire branded. No, can this get turn me on?
Yeah.
I noticed that
Right.
I noticed that she turns me on
Right.
very
Don't
well.
turn me
Right.
on.
Right.
I'm being like serious. oh.
Right. Awesome.
I noticed she turns me on very well. So
Yeah.
I just knew that no, I will enjoy this thing for as much as long as possible.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? So I was
Right.
not thinking of children.
Right.
You get?
My God.
So even the first month when it looked as if nothing, she was worried. Second month she was worried. That's after our wedding.
Yeah.
She was worried. Third month she was worried. I said, why are you worried? About
You leave the people in the.
in fact, when we are not even thinking about it, pregnancy came.
Right.
You understand? We're not even thinking about it. It's just I was enjoying myself.
Yes. No.
I won't lie to you.
Right.
We had a good time. Till today.
Hey.
You understand? This by April this year, we'll be 6 years in marriage. Do you understand? I have 2 children. We'll be 6 years in marriage by April this year. You understand? But do you know that as I'm even talking to you now, I can't wait to get home to see her. You understand?
They do me
I don't-
something for this.
Wait, no, we need to be. That's where the intimacy.
That's where it comes.
I might
Of
say
course,
the
of
truth.
course,
Yes,
of
sir.
course.
That's where the intimacy comes from.
100%. Mm.
You understand?
Help
Yes,
me
sir.
with
It
this
has to
thing.
be. It has to go beyond.
He has to go. Yes, we
Just-
have to lay emphasis.
It's intimacy. She's my friend.
Yeah.
I won't lie to you.
Yes.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Before I met Pastor Lawrence, before we've known each other for a long time. You understand?
Right.
But we became very close, intimate recently. Before we came very close, I'm telling you the truth. I am always in my house from morning till night. I can be like that, except I have ministration. I can be like that for 1 year in my house, house to church, in my house,
Except
house to
work.
church.
Right.
Except someone called me for business, I want to go and do something, or I don't go out. You know why? Because before she comes back, I make sure that she works. Me, I'm at home. My work is ministry.
Right.
You understand? I make sure that I prepare a whole lot. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Sometimes she calls me, babe, what can I get for you? You understand?
Right.
And sometimes I call her, babe, what should I buy for you? Like there is something, there's something
There's
about
intentionality
like
about one another.
I want to use a word. You understand? I want to use a word.
Yes.
You understand? But you see, I have a burning desire for this woman.
Right.
A burning desire. And that's how marriage ought to be.
Be.
So when you are
Yes.
talking about holy but honey, you understand? It is essential.
It is very essential.
Both spirituality and sexuality, none of them is of no importance. They are all important. Just like our desire burns for God. You understand? My brother, that is how I desire my wife. And she does the same.
Yes.
So I just knew that that statement that man told
Was
me
false.
was false statement.
Very false.
And you know, let me tell you the truth. There are many people that Satan will package.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
To give this delivery to a generation.
Right.
And that is why we have high rates of divorce in the church today, both in the church and in the world.
Right.
The reason is because they did not build this mutual